yourself either. Yeah. Why do we not have audio mixer? Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. What do we have here going? Oh,
There, I heard something there.
that shouldn't be.
No, no, it's going.
What the heck? Why do we not have audio? Hello, 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 hello.
Nothing, nothing.
Hello, hello. Why are we not hearing you? Or
Yeah, I don't hear anything either. Well, I don't know what I'm touching when you stop.
what in the world? Mix one, channel 2, mix three, channel 3, left out, main out.
You want to go live?
We're live. We are live. Yeah, just can't hear us. No, just can't hear us. What in the world? We got a bad cable? You're all up. I mean, I'm getting signal from our headsets. Didn't need that. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah. Trying. Not sure what's up. We're getting input. It's this thing. That's all good. Hey,
We got this.
Almost there.
Got it.
Oh, ew.
Let's DIY the right way with Barton's. We're the home renovation experts, from recommending the perfect fixtures to designing your dream kitchen. And with local delivery and installation services, there's never been a more perfect time to refresh your home. Now that's what I call leveling up. Don't just build it better with Barton's.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
Central Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually we are. Central was awarded, yet again, General Motors Mark of Excellence. We have the perfect ride waiting for you and exceptional service. So find your next vehicle at a Central dealership today.
I can handle it unless. Test. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to EA Sports. We're here with Anthony Arkansas for the Riverside Lady Rebels and the EPC Lady Warriors Robinson. Technical difficulties with our headsets and microphones, so we're just going to stream the game to you live right now without any voice, without any calls until we get that figured out. Hope you understand. It's 1-0 now. Riverside got a run in the top of the first. Worked out of a jam in the bottom.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Yeah, it's very. Check 1 2. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2. Say something.
Test.
Put a bat on, Shelby. Good job. Watch it all the way to the back, Chuck.
Whether it's your home or your business, Delta Glass is Northeast Arkansas's clear choice for superior glass products and services. Delta Glass is known for their internally produced insulated glass units, providing quick and precise replacements for most all windows. If you've just completed your dream home or a recent remodel, Delta Glass provides the most sought-after custom shower enclosures and mirrors in the industry. Storefront glazing can create an inviting professional atmosphere for any business facility. Delta Glass specializes in custom design and fabricated storefront systems for all sizes and styles. If you're in need of superior glass products and services that are second to none in the region, call Delta Glass today at 870-520-6290 or visit them on Dan Avenue in Jonesboro.
Building's going to get re-roofed and Mount High is going to drive to the end of the week. And I work for NEA, Suncom Media, both media companies, and I do security at A-State for the sporting
That's
events.
what I figured.
Yeah, the football.
So you were at NEA tournament. I think we left our sweatshirt. And you
That's
left
it,
it.
okay.
I was like, I know this guy.
That was me. I wouldn't have remembered that if you brought it up.
Well,
but-
I know the name,
Yeah.
but I knew it.
That's, to me, that's a fun job. I get paid to watch sports.
Sure.
It's work. If I don't want to work, I turn it down.
Right.
I sit on the 50-yard line for football games. I watch all the basketball games.
Yeah.
Concerts. I'm stage security.
Right.
Here we go, Riley. Go get it.
I'm trying, Ryan. Yep. Oh, talking to a fan.
Alright, here we go.
Can I mute it or hold on, we won't. Okay. Alright. That mic's on, I can't turn it off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try something a little different. We're moving our broadcast position up into the press box, and I'm going to talk by the camera and see if we can hear what I'm saying here. We've got a 1-0 ball game here in Lepanto, where the EPC Lady Warriors are hosting the Riverside Lady Rebels. Riverside got a run in the very top of the first. Riley Akins dropped the ball between second and right and got to second, stole third, and then reached home on a pass ball to set the score at 1-0. We're here in the bottom of the second, where Caden Servatio just walked to first, and now we've got Sofia Hernandez at the plate. The left fielder for EPC is batting .240 with 7 RBIs, 4 runs scored, and she's stolen a couple bases. 0-1 count. As she tries to bunt, that's going to fall foul and run the count 0-2, where Akins is way ahead. Riley Akins, pitcher for Riverside, 5-4 on the season with 51 innings pitched. She's given up 21 runs on 52 hits. She struck out 50 versus 21 walks for a 2.88 ERA, and opponents are batting just .249 against her as that one falls just off the plate for ball one. 1-2 the count. Nobody out and a runner on first here in the bottom of the second for EPC. For the Lady Rebels, Veda Mae Womack catching for Akins. That one's fouled off. Staying alive at the plate is Hernandez. Morgan Thomas at first. Shelby Clays at second. The shortstop is Colby Cullum. Your third baseman, Blakely Biggers for Riverside. Charlie Wrinkle, Bennett Durham, and Shelby Walling left to right in the outfield. Ball 2 there on the pitch. Evens the count 2-2. Nobody on. Caden Servatio's at first. So nobody out. Caden Servatio's at first. And a 2-2 pitch to Sophia Henderson is going to be swung on and missed for strike 3. First out of the inning. That is the 3rd strikeout for Aikens, and that'll bring number 2, Collins Argo, the center fielder, to the plate, batting .208. .321 on base percentage. She scored 6 times, has 7 runs batted in. Stolen a couple bases herself. Here's the pitch in there. Going to be outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Argo. Both these teams atop the 2A3 conference, both undefeated. Riverside sitting at 5-0 in the 2A3. EPC 3-0. Swung on there. Changeup. Strike 1. Evens the count 1-1. So a very important ball game today here, as this will kind of set the top of the 2A3 conference. Bunt will be foul. Nope, going to call it fair, throw it to first, and that's going to be an out at first, but it moves Servatio over to second. Fell in front of the plate. Catcher Veda Mae Womack picked it up, got her down to first for the second out. But it did do the job. It moved Servatio to second for Lily Tarleton, the right fielder, batting .412. She's got 8 RBIs, trying to add to that total and tie this game up for EPC. Strike 1 the call there as a foul ball from over across the way, as the EPC and Riverside boys are playing a 2A3 baseball game. Looks like they're in the 3rd inning, bottom of the 3rd. Riverside leading that one 1-0. So a little pause in action here as foul ball came flying through. Hopefully we don't have any injuries due to that today. 0-1 pitch, swung on down. Looked like kind of in and low, but Tarleton went after it, and it's an 0-2 count for Aikens and the Lady Rebels. 0-2 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the 4th of the game for Aikens, and she gets out of the jam. After 2, Riverside 1, EPC 0. We'll be back here for the 3rd inning on NEA Sports.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day. Central Dealership has the same philosophy. I'm Austin Reeves, and I'm proud to be a part of the Central team.
Out here, life moves different. Not slower because we're behind. Slower because we choose to soak it in. From post to posting, from stream to streaming. With Empower Broadband, we can FaceTime family across the country and get our work done so we can get back to what matters most. From game to gaming, from boots to booting up. Faster internet doesn't mean a faster life. It means more time to enjoy the slow one. Connect faster, live slower with Empower Broadband.
We're back here in Lepanto, Arkansas, where the EPC Lady Warriors are hosting the Riverside Lady Rebels in 2A3 softball action. We're going to the top of the 3rd, and leadoff hitter Riley Aikens steps into the plate. She doubled and scored in the 1st for the 1-0 score here. She sees ball 1 from EPC pitcher Kylie Henderson. That's going to be lifted out to center field. She's going to step in, camp under it, and make the catch. So a fly out to center for the 1st out of the 3rd. Kylie Henderson, she's thrown 42 of the 44 innings this year for EPC, 8-1 record. She's given up 10 runs on 29 hits, 70 strikeouts versus 21 at walks. As Bennett Durham steps into the plate. Durham, a .303 hitter, 6 RBIs, 19 runs scored this year. She struck out looking in the 1st. her second appearance today. She's going to square to bunt, pull it back, and maybe not in time. So strike 2. It's 0-2 to Durham. Quickly here. Henderson, 70 strikeouts. Actually, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make it 74. She struck out 4 Lady Rebels today so far. So 74 strikeouts versus 22 walks. She has a walk on today. That's going to be grounded to second. Scooped up by Servadio. Thrown to first. And 2 down here in the top of the third. That will bring Veda Mae Womack to the plate. Womack, a 486 hitter. She's got a home run and 20 RBIs this year, scored 19 times. She flew out to the shortstop, kind of up the middle, and it just kind of hung up in the air long enough for the shortstop to get over there and make the play, which would have been Riley Barnes. Nice play at center in the first inning against Womack. She fouls that one back to the screen for strike 1 and an 0-1 count. 2 down here for Riley Henderson. Carmen Jones, her catcher. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Tipped foul into the glove of Jones. Kelly Ashcraft's at first. Servadio at second. Kylie Barnes is the shortstop. Riley Ashcraft's at third. Sophia Hernandez, Collins Argo, and Lily Tarleton left to right in the outfield for the Lady Warriors. That one's lifted up into the outfield. That's going to be a diving attempt by Ashcraft at third. It's going to be off our glove, roll to the to the dugout, and no one's at third. But Womack did not offer, and she laughs and giggles. But Coach Lauren Baker said you should have been over here. Nobody was there, so. Unfortunate event there as it popped straight to the pitcher. Henderson never saw it. Good effort by Riley Ashcraft there off her glove on a diving attempt, but it ran off to the dugout and allowed Womack to get to second. So that'll bring Morgan Thomas to the plate, 276 hitter. She's got 7 RBIs on the season, scored 13 times for the first baseman. She struck out swinging in the first inning to end that first inning. That was going to be ball low and be 2-0. Womack on second, trying to add to this 1-0 lead here in the top of the third inning. Strike down the middle there, 2-1. Beautiful day here in Poinsett County. Beautiful day for softball. A little breeze blowing in straight in from the outfield, so getting anything up and out of here is going to be difficult today. But the 2 pitchers we got today would be difficult anyway. That's going to be grounded to short. Barnes is going to step on it, throw it over to first. Ashcraft secures it, and it's a 6-3 putout. So after an error and one left on, nobody scored, so it's still 1-0 as we head to the home half of the third here on NEA Sports.
From the first seed to a full harvest, from their first steps to their final day of school, from the everyday to the big adventure, from a great job to a greater calling. A true community bank is there through it all because every journey matters.
Runs back in motion. Washington had it, man. That's the guy right there. It's going to be a touchdown of 27 yards.
To the 2025.
26 NEA Sports, baby.
My favorite football week of the
He hit it! Oh my goodness!
We're back here for the home half of the third. We're in Lepanto, Arkansas, where the East Poinsett County Lady Warriors are hosting the Riverside Lady Rebels. Brad Davis here on the call. A little audio trouble for us today with the headset, so I'm up top talking into the camera. If you can't hear me, I'll try to speak up.
But leading off for EPC here in the home half is Riley Barnes, the shortstop. She walked in the first inning and reached second. She's hitting .522 this year. She's got a home run, 7 RBI. She scored 19 times and swiped 17 bases for the Lady Warriors. A potent offense, averaging just over 13 runs a game this season with an 8-1 record. They lost an opener to Marion, 14-7 out of the 5A East. So Coach Brandon Powell challenging his squad early, and then they've reeled off 8 straight to get to an 8-1 record. 1-1 count, comes inside, just misses Barnes there, and we got 2-1. Riley Barnes, Kylie Henderson, and Riley Ashcraft due up. Kelly Ashcraft, if somebody reaches. Carmen Jones, Caden Servatio, Sophia Hernandez, Collins Argo, and Lily Tarleton, your lineup for EPC. That one misses, and it's 3-1 now to Barnes. Riverside getting one in the top of the first from leadoff hitter Riley Akins, as she's working in the circles now. She throws strike there on the outside corner. A little movement on that, nice pitch, and it's a full count. She blooped one over between second and right, got to second on that, stole third, kind of caught the Lady Warriors napping and reached home on a pass ball. That one's going to be fisted down the line and go foul, and Barnes will get to do it again. Mentioned both these teams leading the 2A3, the 2 undefeated teams left. Riverside 5-0, EPC 3-0 so far. Both these teams have played Marion and lost to Marion. 5-4, Riverside fell. 14-7, as I just said, for EPC. They both played Rector in the conference and won. 4-2 victory for EPC, the closest matchup they've had outside that loss, as they've run-ruled the other 7 opponents in victory. Hit to second, nice snag there by Shelby Clay. She gets it to first, and Barnes grounds out for the first out of the inning. Nice play there by the second baseman, Shelby Clay. So 1 out. Kylie Henderson will step in, the pitcher trying to help her own cause. 690 hitter, 735 on base. So like we said, they've put the ball in play quite a bit this season. 12 RBIs, 22 runs scored for the pitcher. She lines it hard down third. It'll be foul for an 0-1 count. Cross-county Corning Rector, the 3 victories in conference for EPC. Riverside 5-0, BIC, Bay, Marmaduke, and Piggott and Rector will be the 5 victories they have. They're 6-5 overall. Is Riverside EPC at 8-1. Little off-speed pitch popped up. Nice sliding attempt by Veda Mae Womack, just falls foul. So it's 0-2 to Henderson, and she'll trot back to the plate. Excuse me. Akins will head back to the circle, and we'll do it again. BIC at 4-1. That one's grounded to third. Thrown across for out number 2. That's third baseman number 30. Blakely Bigger scooping that one up. Tossing it to first where Morgan Thomas is awaiting. We got 2 down. Riley Ashcraft, your batter. How about an 821 average? 848 on base percentage according to stats here. 3 homers, 23 RBIs, 23 runs scored. I think you're going to be hard pressed to find anybody in the state of Arkansas with those kind of numbers. As she sees ball 1 come across from Akins. Ashcraft did single in the first inning. She's 1 for 1, so that 821 has risen as a batting average. Barnes walked, Ashcraft singled, but back-to-back strikeouts for outs number 2 and 3 by Akins got her out of the jam in the first inning. That's an inside strike there for Riley Ashcraft, evens the count, or makes the count 2-1. Way outside there. Runs the count to 3-1. Nobody on, 2 outs, 1-0 Riverside lead here in the bottom of the third with Best bat in the lineup. No batting gloves, a little dirt bag action, as I affectionately call those that don't like to wear the gloves. Rub your hand in the dirt and get a grip. She'll see ball 4, and she's on base for the second time today with the walk. That'll bring her sister Kelly Ashcraft to the plate. Second walk of the day for Akins. Kelly, a .423 hitter, .531 on base. She's got 14 RBIs, 13 runs scored. That's going to be a strike at the bottom of the zone. 0-1 count for Akins. Hit hard up the middle. Clay tried to pick it up and go to second. She drops it. So error on the second baseman puts the Ashcrafts at first and second. That'll bring Carmen Jones, the catcher, .478 hitter, .625 on base percentage. She's got 10 RBIs, and if she'll add to that total, she can at least tie this game for the Lady Warriors here in the third. 15 runs scored herself. She struck out looking to end the first. She swings and misses for strike 1 there. That one's going to be lifted, falls fair just inside the line down right field. That's going to score Riley Ashcraft. Here comes Kelly to take the lead, and she'll cross. So after a 2-run double by Carmen Jones, perfectly placed hit there, that'll score Kelly and Riley Ashcraft, and the Lady Warriors take a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Now we got Caden Servatio, the second baseman, .500 hitter. Reached base in the last inning on a walk or hit. I was in transition. I didn't see which one it was. That was going to be strike 1 on the outside corner. She got to second base but was stranded there. .500 hitter, .613 on base. A base hit would add to her 16 RBIs and 11 runs scored. Akins with the pitch, swung on and missed. Jones gets a healthy lead off second base. And you look at these stolen base totals for the Lady Warriors and how aggressive they are, like just in that instance, kind of a healthy lead at making the catcher make a decision. They're very aggressive on the base paths and at the plate. That was going to be fouled down the right field line, making it an 0-2 count. With 2 down here in the third and a 2-1 EPC lead over Riverside. Across the way, looks like the baseball boys are headed to the 5th inning with Riverside leading EPC 1-0 over in that contest. Ground ball to Clay at second. She'll scoop it up, toss it to Thomas at first to end the threat and end the inning. But the damage is done with a 2-out double by Carmen Jones, scoring Kelly and Riley Ashcraft. EPC leads this one 2-1 on NEA Sports.
1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey Northeast Arkansas, Central Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually we are. We're at the top of our game, bringing NEA incredible selection and exceptional service. To back that, Central was awarded yet again General Motors Mark of Excellence. From Chevy to Toyota, Nissan to Ford, we have the perfect ride waiting for you and the best service to get it to you. So find your next vehicle at a Central dealership today or shop us online.
Back here at NEA Sports coverage of high school softball 2A3 action today. We're in Lepanto where the EPC Lady Warriors are hosting the Riverside Lady Rebels. And a 2-run double by Carmen Jones in the home half of the third has set the score in an EPC 2-1 lead as warm-ups are done, and now we see Morgan Thomas, the first baseman, come to the plate. Oh, sorry, excuse me. That's who I had. Looks like Kobe Cullum is at the plate. Thomas grounding out to end the last inning. I had the wrong player marked there. That was going to be lifted up to right field in a battle and a scoop. Looked like she was battling the sun and the wind's blowing in a little bit, kind of held it up, but Lily Tarleton finds it last second, throws her glove underneath it, and it falls in it. Fly out to right field for the first out of the inning for Kylie Henderson. She's very appreciative of that on her defense behind her. And we'll get Blakely Biggers at the plate. She'll see ball one. Biggers, 289 hitter, 12 RBIs. She singled in the first inning, made it to second base before being stranded. She fouls that one off, and it's 1-1. Here in this one. Audio trouble for us here at NEA Sports. I'm up in the press box behind the camera talking directly into it. If you're having trouble hearing me, that's why. So I didn't get to do a pregame and talk about these two programs of recent years, as that one's lifted down the right field side, first base side, foul, and it's 1-2 to Biggers with one down. But obviously Riverside coming in defending 2A state champions. They've been to 3 straight 2A state title games, winning 2 of those 3. Defeating Hackett 1-0 last year, losing to Mansfield 4-2 the year before, and then in 23 beating Mansfield 1-0 to claim those 2 state titles in the last 3 seasons. 3 straight title appearances, like we said, conference, district, and state title defenders this season. But EPC's no slouch themselves. Just recently, 2022, were the state runners-up to Tuckerman, losing that championship game 6-2. They've been to state every year since then, following the first round to that Hackett team that made it to the finals just 2-0. So, you know, things fall differently. It could have been an EPC Riverside State final. So, 2 very good softball programs going to battle here atop the 2A3, as that's the low for ball 4, and Biggers will take her base. So into the batter's box is Shelby Clay, a 367 hitter, 5 RBIs, 8 runs. She's going to bunt. Nice back to Henderson. She'll throw it over Ashcraft's head off her glove, and Biggers is going to hold up at third. Clay's going to hold up at second, and the throwing error is going to put runners in scoring position. For Charlie Wrinkle. Charlie Wrinkle, a 200 hitter. She's been on 310 on base percentage. She's got 1 RBI. She'd like to at least tack 1 more on here, if not 2. Trying to tie this game, EPC leading it 2-1. She's going to bunt and offer it up high. She tried to pull it back, but she's kind of offered at it again, and strike 1 to Wrinkle. Little small ball action here for the Lady Rebels with 1 out. 2 runners on in scoring position. She's going to bunt again right to third. Ashcraft looks her off, gets the out at first, and that's going to score the runner. Nice piece of base running there by Blakely Biggers. So she comes on to score on the sac bunt by Charlie Wrinkle. So give Wrinkle her 2nd RBI of the year on the sacrifice bunt. Nicely done there by the Lady Rebels, and we're knotted up 2-2 here in the top of the 4th inning. And contest we thought exactly would go like this. 2 of the top teams in the area, the two top teams that top the 2A3, both undefeated. Madison Barnes, the designated player, steps in to bat. See strike one. She struck out looking in her first at bat. This is only her 10th at bat of the season, as Morgan Mackey, one of the key pieces in this Lady Rebel lineup, out today after suffering a dislocated or broken finger against Rector last week. So Barnes stepping into that batting position. Of course, Carly Jo Womack, the All-State basketball player with a knee injury late in that district tournament, out as well for Riverside this season. So they're battling some injuries right now, trying to get a key conference win. Is a half-hearted swing there by Barnes ends up as a strikeout, the 5th strikeout for Henderson, and we'll head to the home half of the 4th. This game's now tied 2-2. Back here in Lepanto, we got a great ball game for you here on NEA Sports. 2-2, Riverside and EPC, as Aikens delivers ball 1 to number 20, Sophia Hernandez, the left fielder, struck out in her first plate appearance earlier today. Brad Davis up in the press box with about 47 wasps. I've killed about half of those. Looks like Veda Mae Womack really wanted that pitch. No good there. 2-0 the count to Hernandez. She turns and asks kind of maybe where that was. Maybe just off the plate, looked like. But we had some audio trouble with the headset, so I moved up here by the camera. And just me and the camera talking to you guys here today. 2-0 pitch to Hernandez. Kind of jammed her inside as she fights it off to the backstop, and that's first strike, a 2-1 count now to Sophia Hernandez, the left fielder for EPC. 2-2 game here as we go to the bottom of the 4th. As Blakely Biggers came around to score off a walk, an error, and a sacrifice bunt to tie this game up after Carmen Jones, the catcher for EPC, had a 2-run double in the last inning to take the 2-1 lead. Aiken scored in the top of the 1st. And we've got a 2-2 game. It's a dandy. Nice pitch there. Took a little bit off, but a great piece of hitting by Hernandez to fight it off and stay alive. 2-2. 2-8-3 standings. Riverside 5-0, as we said. EPC 3-0. BIC 4-1, sitting in 3rd place. They're behind. That one loss is to Riverside. Corning 2-2. Cross County 2-2. Rector 3-3. Bay 1-3, Piggott 1-4, Marmaduke at the bottom at 0-6. So a lot of softball left, but the key in this rotation is that one's going to be line and base knock to right field. Nice piece of hitting there by Sophia Hernandez. She went the other way with it, and a leadoff hit puts the Lady Warriors in business. The thing about the 2A3, folks, is they only play a single round robin, not a home and home, not 2 games against every team. So this will be the only conference game where EPC and Riverside play each other. So it's got a lot of factors in it, not just your record, but the head-to-head. Whoever wins this will be in the driver's seat for a conference title. Square to bunt, foul ball off the glove of Womack. It's Collins Argo in the batter's box, hitting 208, trying to lay down a bunt to move Hernandez to second. put her in scoring position as the top of the lineup looms here for EPC. 0-1 delivery, squaring the bunt again. She's going to give this one down back to Akins at the circle, and she throws it to first to get the out, but the job is done by Argo as she moves Hernandez to second for the sacrifice. Lily Tarleton, the right fielder, is coming to the plate. She struck out in her first appearance. Made a nice grab out in right field in the last inning. Help her team's cause. It's going to be bunted down the first baseline and made the tag, so that'll be an out at first. So 2 down, but the runner moves to third is Hernandez. So the sacrifice gets Hernandez to third with Riley Barnes, the leadoff hitter, back to the plate. She grounded out to second her last appearance, walked to her first appearance. Sees ball 1 there. And the EPC shortstop looking ahead to her 7 RBIs this season with something through the infield. 522 hitter on the year. We mentioned the potent EPC lineup, scoring a bunch of runs this year. Nice pitch there. 1-1 count. Took a little bit off. A little change up. Fell in there. Inside corner. Bright pink gloves for Barnes here. She's going to swing, drive it out to right field. That's going to get over her head and score Hernandez. Barnes is going to round third and get a stand-up triple. Stand-up RBI triple by Barnes. And EPC regains the lead at 3-2. Her 8th RBI of the season. So she got her hands through, took that ball deep to right center, right field, and never slowed up, standing on third easily with nice speed. Here's the pitcher, Henderson. Kylie Henderson, 690 hitter. She's flown out and grounded out today. 12 RBIs for her. Number 13 would be very welcoming for herself, helping her own cause in the circle. That one's strike 1 and evens the count 1-1. Over to our left, the Riverside Rebels have tagged on 2 more runs in the 5th to make it 3-0 in the baseball contest. Pitcher versus pitcher here. Akins to Henderson, 1-1. Outside makes it 2-1. Barnes on third, trying to give a little more insurance after a nice RBI triple. Swung on, popped out of play behind us. Heads up is not a lot of space in between fields here, so a lot of people watching both games. And good day at the ballpark. It's a beautiful day, bright and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. A little breeze blowing in from the outfield. Picked up just kind of right before the first pitch. Henderson kind of gave up on it. It dropped, but just outside. Runs the count full at 3-2. 3-2, 2 outs, runner on third for Kylie Henderson in a 3-2 ball game. EPC with the lead. Akins gets her numbers from the dugout, looks at her wristband, delivers, that's in the dirt, ball 4. And Henderson was going to hang out for a little longer, didn't realize what the count was. So she's going to take first. We got runners at the corner for Riley Ashcraft. Look for Henderson to move on this pitch. She's got 7 stolen bases. Let's see what they do here. Ashcraft leading the universe in statistics, 821. It's going to be low. They're going to fake the throw down, and Henderson's going to stand up at second. So 2 runners in scoring position for Ashcraft. 23 RBIs. She scored her 24th run in the last inning. Batting over 821 now. She singled in the first inning. That's over 80% of the time she's on base, folks. That's going to be lifted to right at the right back fielder. Misplays it. That's going to score both runners. And Ashcraft's going to stand up on third with a 2 RBI triple. And she made a big turn around third. Thought about it, but Bennett Durham chases her back to the plate, and we've got a 5-2 ball game. Coach Lauren Baker's going to bring in the troops, kind of settle down everyone. Bit of a misplay in right, but we're going to give it, didn't hit a glove, we're going to give her the triple and 2 RBIs. That is RBIs number 24 and 25 on the year for Riley Ashcraft. Top of the lineup doing damage. They've scored 2 runs in each of the last 2 innings. This whole thing was started by a nice single by Sofia Hernandez. Then 2 outs, 2 sacrifice bunts moved her to third base, and then the quarter was put in the merry-go-round as we've had a walk and 2 triples to set the score at 5-2. Kelly Ashcraft into the game now. Sees ball 1, at the plate now. She's been in the game. Sees ball 1, trying to bring home her sister Riley from third base. 423 hitter. She struck out, reached on an error today. Strike call there, even to count at 1. She's got 14 RBIs. She can bring her sister home. That'd push it to 15. Scored her 14th run in the last inning. Here's the pitch. Hot shot to first, knocked down by Morgan Thomas, and that'll be out number 3. So damage is done there with 3 runs scored off 3 hits. 1 runner left on, and we're going to the 5th inning with EPC leading Riverside 5-2 here on NEA Sports.
Lakeside Health and Rehab has one goal, and that's to provide effective patient care services to your loved ones. We are a group of healthcare professionals specializing in providing required rehabilitation and healthcare services to your loved ones. Lakeside Health and Rehab.
Back here on NEA Sports, we're heading to the 5th inning. EPC 5, Riverside 2 here in 2A3 softball action. Brad Davis in the press box behind home plate, fighting off a nest of wasps. But I've announced my presence with authority up here, folks, and they're leaving me alone. A little audio trouble from our headsets today, so I moved up to here the press box and talking to the camera. If you're having a little trouble hearing me, that'd be the reason. We're back at the top of the lineup for Riverside. Riley Akins, the pitcher, steps in. She's 1 for 2 today. She's going to ground this one to third off of Ashcraft, and she'll reach. We'll call that on an error. First pitch in, swinging, and leadoff runners on for Riverside as they trail 5-2 after a 3-run 4th inning by the Lady Warriors. Bennett Durham steps into the box. She's struck out and grounded out today. Trying to keep the rally going for the Lady Rebels. She's going to bunt down the first baseline. It's going to roll foul. 0-1. Akins will head back to first. She was already around second, headed to third, or at least thinking about it on that bunt. Here's the pitch. And Akins is going to be called out on the steal as she left the bag too early. according to the first base umpire. Coach Baker's going to ask for a little help from the home plate umpire, at least a suggestion. That was ball one up top, so it's 1-1. There's Baker. I'm reading body language here from, I'm up in the press box, I can't hear, but reading body language, I think she's saying the movement of Henderson in the circle may have had Akins believing the pitch was coming, so she left. And they're going to wave in the first base umpire to talk this one through on an explanation and maybe plead her side of the case. We don't have a review system in high school softball, obviously, and if we did, I'm not sure that don't know if this is reviewable. So while they talk this through, we'll take a short break. Be right back here on NEA Sports. We're back here, 2A3 softball action on NEA Sports. Brad Davis with the call, and we've got a timeout again at the plate.
Lakeside Health and Rehab has one goal, and that's to provide effective patient care services to your loved ones. We are a group of healthcare professionals specializing in providing required rehabilitation and healthcare services to your loved ones. Lakeside Health and Rehab.
Plate umpire. They brought Coach Baker back, kind of explained something else. And then we broke again, maybe saying they didn't like what some of the fans maybe were saying on the Riverside side. In any case, Bennett Durham's going to step in back to the batter's box. Should be a 1-1 count. She's going to swing on and pop it out of play towards the baseball field, and everybody screams heads up. So 1-2 count now to Durham. 1 out here in the 5th inning. It's going to be up and out of play. Should be 2-2. 2-2 to Durham. Swung on, popped up down the third base side. It's going to fall foul, and Durham stays alive at the plate. Battling that one off. Two-two count. Here's the pitch to Durham. A little low. Runs the count full, 3-2. 3-2, nobody on, one down here in the fifth. EPC leading this one 5-2. Popped up out of play behind me, directly over the press box towards the concession area. Nice crowd here today. You got EPC Riverside baseball, EPC Riverside softball. Fans can come out and sit between and watch both. That's going to be ball 4. Bennett Durham's going to take the base. Second runner of the inning. She's the only one on now after the running infraction on Akins. So, coming to the plate is Veda Mae Womack, the catcher. She has flown out and grounded out today. 486 hitter, 20 RBI. She's got a home run too, folks. It'd be hard to get one out of here today, maybe with the wind blowing in. But she's trying to get a rally started here for the Lady Rebels. No, that was, so they brought, I was not paying attention. That's my fault. I believe that was ball 5 to Bennett Durham. She walks again anyway. Now let's see Veda Mae Womack. Over at the baseball field, looks like Riverside's blown that one open 9-0 in the 5th inning over EPC. Swung on out of play there towards the other side, the first base side of the field there. So 0-1 to Veda Mae Womack. $11-0 now. Riverside leads on the baseball diamond. 5-2. EPC leads it here. It's going to be low. Bennett Durham running, sliding into second, and she gets a stolen base. Runner in scoring position for the Lady Rebels. Bennett Durham at second. 1-1 delivery. Low and outside, it's 2-1. We got foul balls coming back into play. Henderson says, I like the one I have, but stay with it. We're ready to play. Nice pitch there by Henderson, a little nice movement on it. Makes it 1-2 to Womack. Swung on, grounder to short. Nice reach there by Kelly Ashcraft, with keeping her foot on the bag, and the snag makes the runner out. So 6-3 on the put out there. Durham moves to third base, and Morgan Thomas will come to the plate. She struck out and grounded out today, looking for her first hit, which would be her 8th RBI if she could get something through the infield and cut into this Lady Warrior lead. Inside and low, ball 1 to Thomas. 276 on the season from the 4-hole hitter and the first baseman. Low and outside there, 2-0. And the dance between Durham and Jones, the catcher, back and forth as she takes a lead and has the attention of Carmen Jones behind the plate after every pitch. We call strike 1 on that. 2-1 the count, 2 down. Runner on third. Morgan Thomas didn't think so, but caught enough of the corner. As Thomas has a little bit of a split grip on her bat there. She's going to swing and hit that one off down the third base side. We got a 2-2 count. Two delivery here from Henderson. Outside, ball 3, runs the count full. So 3-2, 2 outs. Runner on third in a 5-2 ball game here in the 5th inning. Big at bat for Morgan Thomas and the Lady Rebels. And a big pitch here for Henderson and the Lady Warriors. Swung on, hits a second. Picked up by Servadio. Nice play to first. Gets the out. Third out of the inning. Gets out of the jam. And after, well, we'll head to the home half of the 5th with EPC leading at 5-2 on NEA Sports.
Lakeside Health and
We got this.
Almost there.
Got it. Oh, ew.
Let's DIY the right way with Barton's. We're the home renovation experts, from recommending the perfect fixtures to designing your dream kitchen. And with local delivery and installation services, there's never been a more perfect time to refresh your home. Now that's what I call leveling up. Don't just build it better with Barton's.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
Central Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually we are. Central was awarded yet again. We have the perfect ride waiting for you. And
we're back here in Lepanto at the sports complex. Carmen Jones, the catcher for EPC, steps in the batter's box and watches strike one on the outside corner from Riley Akins. With her EPC Lady Warriors leading the Riverside Lady Rebels 5-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. That one's going to be too far outside for ball 1 and a 1-1 count. Riverside threatened that last half inning. They had a leadoff walk. Runner called out on leaving the bag too early on a steal. Then Bennett Durham walked, reached third, but was not able to be brought home as Kylie Henderson worked her way out of that jam. Swung on and missed, and that's strike 3 for Carmen Jones. Jones is her second strikeout. She did double home, 2 runs earlier today. 5th strikeout for Riley Akins in this contest. Caden Servadio, the second baseman, steps in. She's reached on a walk today, swung and missed there and grounded out to third. And her second at bat. A little off-speed action there from Akins. Outside there, ball 1. Beautiful day here at the ballpark. We got softball here. We got baseball on the next field as Riverside leads EPC there 12-0 in the home half of the 5th. So if EPC can't muster, that one's lined back softly to Akins. Nice play there for the second out. And here's Servadio. Nope, scratch that. That was Servadio. This is Sofia Hernandez. She singled and scored in the 4th, struck out in the 2nd. Trying to start a 2-out rally for the Lady Warriors. She fouls that one off. Out of play, 0-1. For the left fielder for the Lady Warriors. That one Floats in a little low. So it's 1-1, or 1-1, the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And a key 2-8-3 matchup. We said earlier that both these teams undefeated, and that's going to be inside for ball 2. Winner takes control of the conference race, and with only a single round robin that these teams play in conference due to the 9-team conference, and you just don't have enough days of the week and weeks in the season to play a double round robin and a district tournament. Swung on and missed there. It's 2-2. They're just playing a single round robin, so winner here being a big control. Now a lot of softball still to be played in a tight race throughout the conference. That one's lost by Akins. She looks over and smiles kind of at the dugout and says, don't worry about it. 2-2 the count now with 2 outs to Sofia Hernandez. It was full, not 2-2. There, and I'm not paying attention like I should, I guess. But a walk, 2-out walk to Hernandez brings Collins Argo to the plate. Sacrifice bunt, her last plate appearance was key in that 3-run inning for EPC to regain the lead 5-2. You see strike 1 come across there. Grounded out in the second. She pops that one out of play. Foul ball and an 0-2 count. Akins way ahead in this at bat. Oh-2 deliveries inside low. Ball 1 to Collins Argo, center fielder for EPC. Akins checks the wristband, delivers the 1-2. Thought about it, dropped in low, and it's 2-2. And I'm pretty sure it's 2-2 this time with 2 outs. That was going to catch some of the inside corner on an off-speed pitch. Strikes out Argo, ends the threat, and we go to the 6th inning. EPC 5, Riverside 2. We'll be back here on NEA Sports.
Effective patient care services to your loved ones. We are a group of healthcare professionals specializing in providing required rehabilitation and healthcare services to your loved ones. Lakeside Health and Rehab.
Back here at Lepanto Sports Complex, we're the home of the EPC Lady Warriors, where they have a 5-2 lead over the Riverside Lady Rebels here. As we start the 6th inning, and Colby Cullen, the shortstop for Riverside, will lead off this 6th inning against Kylie Henderson. Here's the pitch. That's low, ball 1. Henderson, solid outing here in the circle today. A leadoff double that fell in between 2 players, and Akins came around to score that. Gave up 1 in the 4th inning, but has been solid there. Ground ball to Barnes at short, scooped up, thrown over to Ashcraft just in time. And 6-3 on the putout for out number 1. And the top of the 6th, Blakely Biggers will come to the plate. She walked and scored in the 4th. The 2nd run for the Lady Rebels. She singled in the 2nd, so 1 for 1 on her day, adding to her 289 total, scoring her 6th run of the year. That's going to be bouncing there for ball one. Riverside got one in the first. EPC answered with 2 in the third to take a 2-1 lead. That's ball 2. EPC came right back. Riverside came right back in the fourth with Bigger scoring to tie it at 2. But in the bottom of that inning, a 3-run inning for EPC with a pair of triples involved there. That was going to be fought off, grounded to Kelly Ashcraft at first. No problem for her. That's 2 down here in the 6th to set this score at 5-2. Now we see number 6, Shelby Clay, the second baseman. Reached on an error last time, flew out to the first baseman in her first at bat. Just in foul territory there. Kelly Ashcraft made the play on it. Little drop ball action. Falls in low for ball 1. Looks like the varsity boys matchup across the way has ended with Riverside winning that 2-8-3 baseball game 12-0. That's going to be fought the other way. Nice piece of hitting by Shelby Clay for a 2-out single. She's on base for the second time today. And trying to start a 2-out rally for the Lady Rebels. Charlie Wrinkle will step to the plate. She had a sacrifice bunt that was big in the fourth that scored the Blakely Biggers run. She also walked in the second. Strike 1 down the pipe from Henderson. Little pitch, movement inside, nice pitch, swung on and missed, took a little bit off, so 0-2 the count to Wrinkle from Henderson. Left fielder for Riverside, a 200 hitter. Swung on and missed. So a strikeout ends the inning for Henderson, her 6th of the game. So head to the home half of the 6th with EPC leading 5-2 here on NEA Sports.
Whether it's your home or your business, Delta Glass is Northeast Arkansas's clear choice for superior glass products and services. Delta Glass is known for their internally produced insulated glass units, providing quick and precise replacements for most all windows. If you've just completed your dream home or a recent remodel, Delta Glass provides the most sought-after custom shower enclosures and mirrors in the industry. Storefront glazing can create an inviting professional atmosphere for any business facility. Delta Glass specializes in custom design and fabricated storefront systems for all sizes and styles. If you're in need of superior glass...
Back here on NEA Sports, 2-8-3 softball action. EPC leads Riverside 5-2 to start the 6th inning, and Lily Tarleton steps into the batter's box to lead off this 6th inning. Offered it the first pitch on a bunt. Thought about it there. 1-1 the count for Tarleton. Bunts that one foul behind her. Makes it 1-2. Both these teams, they're ready to play. They come in, not a lot of warm-up pitches for the pitcher, not throwing around the infield, and batters are coming up ready to go. So game's moving right along as we're in the bottom of the 6th. EPC with a 5-2 lead. That one's going to be bunted to second. Clay's going to scoop it up, get it to first just in time by about a step. But a nice play by Tarleton, or a nice bunt by Tarleton, but a nice play by Clay there at second for the first out. Shortstop Riley Barnes back to the plate. She's tripled and scored in her last at bat. She's grounded out and walked as well today. Nice day at the plate for Riley Barnes. Nice pitch there by Riley Akins. You got Riley on Riley action here. Swung on, driven deep to center field, and the catch is made by Bennett Durham. Kind of took a couple steps back, camped under it, fell in her glove. She secured it for the second out of the inning. So Kylie Henderson, the pitcher, comes to the plate. She walked last time at the plate and ended up scoring. Was grounded out and flown out as well. Inside, ball one. Make sure you join us tomorrow afternoon. We'll have more softball action out of the 4A3 as Gosnell will visit Brooklyn. The Lady Bearcats and the Lady Pirates, two of the top teams in the 4A3. We saw Brooklyn last week. That was ball high for 2-0. That one is a ball, 3-0 count. Henderson way ahead at the plate. We saw Brooklyn Westside last week in our first softball broadcast of the season. Big win for Brooklyn there as they split, and you take those two teams along with Gosnell. That's the favorites in the 4A3, and that's strike one there. Take sign all the way by Henderson. So these two teams atop the 2A3, we'll see the two teams that are vying for the 4A3 tomorrow. Brooklyn hosting Gosnell. Swung on to third base. Biggers comes up throwing and gets the third out of the inning. 5-3 on the putout. 1-2-3 inning for Akins, and we go to the seventh. 5-2 EPC lead here on NEA Sports. Back here in Lepanto, EPC leads this one 5-2, top of the seventh, and Riverside's got to get 3 here to tie it to keep playing some softball. Bunt attempted there by Madison Barnes, the designated player. She struck out twice today and sees strike one there. 0-1 to count. Swung on and missed, strike two. One in the first inning. Riley Akins led it off with a double and scored. And they got one in the fourth inning to get 2. Strike 3 down the middle for the 7th strikeout by Kylie Henderson. EPC countered with 2 in the third and 3 in the fourth to set the 5-2 score. Back to the top of the lineup, Riley Akins. She's going to drive it to center field. And the center fielder, Collins Argo, camps under it, makes the play, fly out number 2, and the EPC Lady Warriors are 1 out away from a victory here and taking control of the 2A3. Both these teams undefeated, but not for long. As Bennett Durham comes to the plate. She walked and made it all the way to third in her last appearance, but was not able to score. Inside, ball one. Tomorrow, Brooklyn hosts Gosnell. We'll have it here on NEA Sports. I'll be back here in Lepanto on Thursday, but I'll be across the way at the baseball field as the Warriors host the BIC Mustangs in 2A3 baseball action. So a busy week here on NEA Sports. That was strike one to Bennett Durham. 1-1 the count. That one's driven to center. Argo again, but off her glove will fall, and Durham will reach base on the error. Veda Mae Womack comes to the plate. She's grounded out to short twice. I'm sorry, she's reached on an error, grounded out to short, and flew out to the shortstop today. 1 on, 2 out. First pitch to Womack. She fouls it straight back to the backstop. Durham was running on that, trying to get something going. Grounded up the middle, under the glove of Barnes. Durham's going to take a hard round, but come back on the nice play by Argo to get it in quickly, and a single moves the runners, and now the tying run is at the plate in Morgan Thomas, the first baseman. 276, 7 RBIs, 13 runs scored. She's trying to add to all those and keep this game alive. Struck out, grounded out in her 3 plate appearances today. Not reached base today. She's thinking no better time than now as Coach Brandon Powell comes out and says, hey, settle down, ladies. We got to get one more out, make the easy play. Let's end this thing. Winner of this will take control of the 2A3 conference and hand the other one their first conference loss. 5-0 for Riverside, 3-0 for EPC. Riverside 7-5 overall, EPC 8-1 overall. As Morgan Thomas steps into the batter's box as we resume play. Strike one, outside corner. Nice pitch there by Henderson. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Nice inside pitch there by Henderson. It's 0-2 quickly to Thomas.
Right here, 1-4, right here, kid. Best pitch.
Oh, 2 pitch, 2 down, 2 on in a 5-2 game. Big pitch here. Outside, ball 1. Had some movement, a little low, a little outside. Makes it 1-2. Couldn't get Thomas to chase. Good plate discipline there. One-two pitch on the way. Outside. Not a bad pitch there by Henderson. Just couldn't get Thomas to go get it off the plate as it was just off to the left side. Evens the count, 2-2. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on, deuces everywhere. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, stays alive. Two pitch on the way. Swung on, missed, strike 3. 8th strikeout for Henderson. And that will end the ball game. The EPC Lady Warriors take this one 5-2 over Riverside in a great performance by Kylie Henderson and lively bats in that tough Lady Warrior lineup as we saw coming in. So the Lady Warriors take control of the 2A3 conference. give Riverside their first loss and run their conference record to 4-0. Riverside will 5-5-1 in the 2A3. And we'll be back tomorrow. Join us for Brooklyn and Gosnell right here on NEA Sports. I'll see you guys Thursday right back here in Lepanto for EPC and BIC baseball. So we hope to see you in a packed week of baseball and softball here on NEA Sports. For Brad Davis and our NEA crew, we say we'll see you at the ballpark.